tonight's replay, and the FA Cup might be United's last opportunity for a major trophy this season. Queen's Park Rangers, though, with significant absentees of their own. Tony Gubber is the commentator.
Queen's Park Rangers knew they'd be without joint top goal scorers Mark Falco and player-manager Trevor Francis for tonight's replay. But when Martin Allen also failed to recover from his Saturday injury, it left them with a dire lack of goal scorers. These 13 Rangers players have only scored 9 times between them all season. And indeed, number 8, Simon Barker, is the only Rangers player on the field who's scored in the last 12 matches. Brian Robson is a spectator for Manchester United, and they have asked Welsh international Clayton Blackmore to fill his role in midfield, although the famous number 7 Robson shirt is worn tonight by Tony Gill, one of 4 United players aged 20 and under. Lee Martin is 20, Lee Sharp is 17, and Russell Beardsmore 20, and the 2 United substitutes are both aged 19. And Queen's Park Rangers start the match attacking the goal to the right. And goals may well prove to be a premium in this replay, because the 2 meetings between these sides this season, one in the league and Saturday's FA Cup, have both ended in goalless draws. Barker. He's got Wayne Faraday available on this right-hand side if he can find him, and he couldn't. And that surely is a free kick to Manchester United. Well, Keith Hackett allowed advantage, but Rangers quickly back in possession. Parker. And Steen's a solitary figure up front. Leighton wants to take the kick quickly. To no avail. That'll be a United throw. Maldonnicky, pursued by Steen. Hughes. Oh, he's so strong, isn't he, Mark Hughes? Tackle finally there was by Kerslake. This is Milne. And that's a free kick. Alan MacDonald penalised, and a free kick to Manchester United. Well, Steve Bruce has come up again from the back for United. There he is! Oh, he got a little glancing header. Didn't quite get enough contact with the ball. But he'd stolen up from the back, and Rangers really hadn't picked him up. Anything firmer contact than that, and Manchester United may well have been ahead. Steen, and Donaghy just got a foot to it. Scored 4 times for Queen's Park Rangers, Mark Steen, since he was signed from Luton. Indeed, he's their top scorer on the field at the moment, with Falco, Francis, and Martin Allen all unfit. Ten minutes left to go to half-time. Still no score. Beardsmore with a little bit of space in front of him. McClare. Gill's gone inside. Here he is. Back to McClare. Hughes coming to the near post. Well, they've shown the most promising moments in this first half, Manchester United, particularly Brian McClare and Mark Hughes. Neat interchange between McClare and number 7 Tony Gill, and he might have looked for Mark Hughes, Brian McClare, instead testing Seaman. And Lee Martin allowing just a little bit too much space for Pisanti, and this is Pisanti again back in possession. Barker. There are 4 Rangers players forward. This is Faraday. Oh, handball, surely by Bruce. Well, Keith Hackett was well positioned, but it certainly hit the hand of the United defender. Well, here it is again. The cross is from Barker. It's headed back by Faraday. And watch the arm of the United player. Is that handball? Well, the United captain, Steve Bruce, was caught in an awkward position there under pressure from Dean Coney. The ball certainly appeared to hit his arm, and there is a mark on his left forearm there. Oh, no offside. Oh, yes. Well, the flag went up a little bit late. Well, Hughes. Well, the United captain, Steve Bruce, was caught in an awkward position there under pressure from Dean Coney. The ball certainly appeared to hit his arm, and there is a mark on his left forearm there. Oh, no offside. Oh, yes. Well, the flag went up a little bit late. Well, Hughes seemed to have jumped early there. And he's a little fierce word to Keith Hackett about the attention that he was receiving from Danny Maynard. Meanwhile, Rangers come away with Pesanti. The keeper, Coney. Playing a different role here at Queen's Park Rangers these days, Dean Coney, than he did during his days at Fulham. As Keith Hackett ends the first half, in which neither Queen's Park Rangers nor Manchester United have managed to find the net. And Keith Hackett, having made the decision just before... knocked out in the fourth round in his first season at Old Trafford and in the fifth round at Arsenal last season. And so far unable to fashion a goal in this third round replay at Loftus Road. Neither side have made any changes at half-time. And Coney showed too much of that to Blackmore. This is Hughes to McClare. Milnes made a break on the left. Away by Maddock. And that hit MacDonald and finally Parker. Well, it's still in play. Bruce hooks it away. Pesanti, number 3. And the Rangers throw. Brian Law with the throw. And that's fallen from McClare. Oh, Milne. Oh, a chance here for Steen. No offside. Leighton's come off his line. Mark Steen's 5th goal of the season finally breaks the deadlock, with Manchester United looking to the linesman, expecting an offside, and it didn't come. There's the ball out. Steve Bruce calls for offside. It was Coney who played it over the United defenders. Mark Steen, trying to establish a regular first-team spot at Loftus Road, has put Rangers ahead. And now Trevor Francis looks once again at the clock. 57 minutes gone. And finally, this third-round cup tie produces a goal. Parker. Steen kept it in play, and Parker continued his run. This is Barker, and this time offside. Anxious moments for Alex Ferguson on the right and his number 2, Archie Knox, who've gone out at the FA Cup in the 2 previous seasons since he came down from Scotland, and may do so again. Good turn, Faraday. Clearing header was by Gill. Donachie again coming forward for Manchester United. Hughes. Oh, for Gill, this will be a cracker! A splendid goal, a magnificent goal, and what a way for Tony Gill to get his first Manchester United goal. An absolute peach. 15 minutes left, and United facing an exit from the FA Cup. A beautiful ball from Mark Hughes to pick out the run of Gill, who buried it past Seaman. What a thrill. He's wearing Brian Robson's shirt. He's playing his 8th game for the club tonight, and he's scored his first goal, and what a vital one. But let's not underestimate the part that Mark Hughes played in that. His vision was terrific. He'd seen the run by Gill, and the pass was perfect. Well, that's a good header back to Steen. And Steve Bruce has put it out for the corner. And I suppose he had to do the positive thing, Steve Bruce. He wasn't sure exactly where Mark Steen had got to. And as Leighton came off his line, Bruce put it behind for the corner, which Rangers have already taken. Oh, hit the bar! McDonald's header. What more can Alan McDonald do in this match? I suppose it's inevitable that he'll eventually score. In fact, his last goal was against Manchester United in the league match. Look at that, against the bar, and finally hooked away. 8 minutes left for one of these 2 teams to perhaps produce the goal that will prevent 30 minutes of extra time. Steen again shielding the ball, puts Faraday in possession. Was he tripped? Well, Keith Hackett took a long look at that tackle by Brian McClare. Faraday finally picked himself up. He seemed to put his whistle in his mouth at one stage, Keith Hackett, and finally walked away. And for the second time, Keith Hackett decides against a penalty in favour of Queen's Park Rangers. Wayne Faraday was the player who went down. It certainly did appear to be just inside the Manchester United penalty area. Although the tackle, in fairness, by Brian McClare began just outside the box, but in fact Keith Hackett gave nothing and waved play on. 1.5 minutes left before this 3rd round replay goes into extra time. Barker in quickly to find Steen. Oh, as he tried to do too much, hooked away by Lee Martin. And Coney looked to be available in the middle. Rangers within a whisker of stealing it in the last few seconds. Hughes for Milne. And 60 seconds left. Donachie. Parker forward, looking for Faraday. And surely Danny Maddock will give this back to Seaman. 30 seconds away from extra time. The Seaman hoists a really long kick. This is Barker underneath it, and it's fallen nicely for him. Simon Barker, Manchester-born, signed from Blackburn by Rangers. Won the ball initially, and then with the shot after the ball came back after Steve Bruce. And we're now moving into time, which Keith Hackett has added on for stoppages, and there's very little of that. So that crucial goal by Tony Gill to pull Manchester United level has now sent this replay into extra time. So Queen's Park Rangers start the first period of extra time. And Manchester United have begun this final 30 minutes having made a substitution. The man who's come on in possession there, number 14, Daniel Graham, who's another one of the United youngsters, only 19 years of age, and quickly involved, setting up a chance for Hughes. In fact, Daniel Graham was playing in Manchester United's A-team on Saturday morning at Preston and was urgently called back to Old Trafford when both Paul McGrath and Lee Sharp were pronounced unable to play just before the kick-off. In fact, Lee Sharp is the man who's gone off to make way for Daniel Graham. Was suffering from flu at the weekend, Lee Sharp. Coney. Back to MacDonald. Followed by Maldoneki. Coney. It's Kerslake who gave that to Hughes, and MacDonald who conceded the free kick. Barker. Carried by Blackmore. Simon Barker. And Steve Bruce back to his keeper. An enthralling cup tie at Loftus Road, and so difficult to anticipate which of these two teams might eventually go through to the fourth round. Hughes battling as ever. Leclerc who'd made a break. Oh, and Parker, he's so quick, isn't he? A really exciting little player, Paul Parker. To Steen, and Maldoneki just got a foot in. And the pass back by Lee Martin raised one or two heartbeats. 24 years of age, Paul Parker, an England under-21 international who was in the full squad for the trip to Saudi Arabia. MacDonald. This is Graham. Hughes with Maddox, and he just managed to get far enough in front of Mark Hughes and Danny Maddox. Kerslake. Dennis available. And that came off Dean Coney. This is Wilson. Faced by Parker. And he's got away, getting across the face of goal. Oh, and it's the other substitute, Daniel Graham. It's the young new blood at Old Trafford, which has put Manchester United back into the FA Cup. Daniel Graham's first goal coming by courtesy of this run from David Wilson. Parker tried to tackle him. Wilson kept his feet, pulled it back, and there was number 14. He played for the A-team on Saturday morning and had to dash back to Old Trafford to be named as sub for the first round of this cup tie. United ahead 2-1. And what a good strong one by David Wilson, who still had plenty of strength in his legs, having just come on. And Alec Ferguson, having committed the future of Manchester United to young players, he's got 5 on the field at the moment who are 20 or under, looks at his watch as we end the first period of extra time. Well, there was a time when Manchester United made football history with a team that was christened the Busby Babes. And everywhere you look in United shirts tonight, it's youngsters again. And sometimes, in the face of adversity, the future can begin to be revealed. United, with a desperate crop of injured players, seasoned internationals, have been forced to blood so many youngsters. And if they can hold on to this, well... Donachie steps away from 4 players. Well done, Mandolik. Well, in fact, Keith Hackett had already blown. Peter Shreve and Trevor Francis, the Queen's Park Rangers managerial team, with 15 minutes to try and pull this one back. Parker. Carney, who tried to steer his header across goal. Graham, the goal scorer. Neat flick by Hughes. Oh, no, offside! Ralph Milne was in his own half. He can run the whole length of the field. He's only got Seaman to beat. He's kept his feet, but he's been forced too wide. Oh, and that's a goal kick. Well, you wouldn't want to enter the thought into Ralph Milne's head, but on that sort of run, if he'd ended up on the floor, there would certainly have been strong appeals for a penalty. He was well inside his half when the ball was played forward. No chance of an offside. Seaman forced him wide and resisted any temptation to bring him down. Now here come Rangers, Steen. And that came off Keith Hackett. Kersley. No foul. Graham. Faced by Mark Dennis. And there's confidence now in these United youngsters. He's nutmegged him. Oh, what a pity. Mark Hughes should have buried it. Well, what cheek for a teenager. In fairness to Mark Hughes, the ball might well have been played just a little bit back behind him. He had to reach backward for that one, Mark Hughes, and got underneath it. But what a great run by Graham, which ended with him nutmegging a player of Mark Dennis's experience. Came off Donachie. Over by Graham. Wilson in quickly. Leclerc. This is Parker for Rangers. Donachie. Beardsmore. Down by Hughes. This is Wilson. Graham, back to Wilson. Hughes is available as well. Couldn't quite get it past Danny Maddox. There's a freshness about so much of Manchester United's play now in this extra time. Milne. Back to Martin. Hughes, as ever, pursued by Danny Maddox. And nicely picks out Tony Gill on this side. 7 minutes left in this second period of extra time. Manchester United ahead by 2-1. Having been within 15 minutes of an FA Cup exit at the hands of Trevor Francis' Queen's Park Rangers. And then Beardsmore back to his keeper. Hughes didn't quite make contact, neither did Graham. Ardiles. Parker back to Seaman. Whistles beginning to ring out in the crowd at Loftus Road. And Keith Hackett's whistle has gone as well to give Queen's Park Rangers a free kick. 2.5 minutes left to play. Well, there's Alan MacDonald. He's playing in the centre-forwards role now, having done his bit in defence. This is Danny Maddock. Mark Dennis. Blocked by Graham. And it's a throw to Rangers. And with 2 minutes left, Jim Leighton in no hurry. Milne. Good high jump by Parker. Wilson gets it forward, and that'll be a Rangers throw. So, from the brink of seeing their season virtually ended in January, have the new youngsters of Manchester United resurrected their season. Just over a minute left to play as Alex Ferguson looked at his watch. Faraday for Rangers, he'll just knock it forward. Coney, who got there ahead of Bruce. Now Donachie. Manchester United went out of the FA Cup in the 4th round shortly after Alex Ferguson arrived from Aberdeen. This is Graham. And now Parker, beaten at home by Coventry in 1987 and defeated in the 5th round at Highbury last season, but now within seconds of a place in the 4th round this season. That'll be a corner in the last few seconds. Can Rangers snatch a dramatic equaliser? It's heart-stopping for United because it's really important. Ardiles flicked on. Oh, it's there! It's MacDonald! What a tower of strength! What a Rangers hero! And what a finale! Alan MacDonald, the little flick on was by Kersley. He climbed higher than the defenders. MacDonald's first goal of the season. In fact, the last time he scored was against Manchester United in the league last April. In the 15th minute of the second half of extra time, Alan MacDonald has got an unbelievable equaliser.